All right, guys, you are not going to want to miss this one. Woke liberal Somali Congresswoman Ilhan Omar looks like she may be removed from Congress and deported. If the allegations in this story are true, Omar is finished. And stay till the end because I do have some evidence that actually backs up the claims that are made here. Take a listen to this.
With a federal investigation underway concerning the immigration status of Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, one woman has been publicly raising red flags for years, and she believes she knows where the trail will lead. You know, President Trump has been calling Congresswoman Ilhan Omar into question recently, and White House border czar Tom Homan has confirmed there is an open investigation concerning her immigration status. You're no stranger to politics, I know, AJ, having run for Congress yourself, but you have been raising red flags about Omar for years now. I know there's a bit of a backstory here, but walk us through what you've uncovered.
Right. Well, in 2019, I was looking at something about Ilhan Omar on the internet, and it occurred to me to look at her birth year. I don't know why, or birth date. And so found out that she was actually 18 in the year 2000 when her father became eligible to apply for citizenship.
Now, this is massive because Ilhan Omar claimed to be a minor and got her citizenship through her father at the time. But if she was not a minor, then she would have had to get it on her own. Now, this should be easy enough to verify, you would think, but take a listen to this, and it's truly shocking.
Not anyone has ever verified her citizenship, not the Minnesota Secretary of State, the FEC, or Congress itself. I then went to the Minnesota Secretary of State's office in October of 2019, I believe, and I asked questions and found out that they didn't verify her citizenship, and they actually don't.
So how do you verify their citizenship if they're foreign-born? But that's outside of our realm. There's no authorization in the statutes for us to follow, double check on people, verify their status and things like that. They signed the affidavit. That's the certification statement, and that's just the way it is right now. There is no law that requires us, and in fact, because there is no law telling us to do that, we would be violating the laws by checking up on people. We don't verify everybody is a citizen. We don't verify everybody is a citizen. We don't verify everybody is a citizen.
Now, this is just unbelievable. You have to be a U.S. citizen to be a member of Congress, and nobody has ever verified that. Not to mention that Ilhan Omar actually changed her date of birth on the official government website. Take a look at this.
Yeah, you've been putting all of this out there on social media, and again, you have been for years. I know one of your posts recently was even shared by President Trump's Truth Social account. It's not just your opinion, though. You've documented all of this, and you can see for yourself. The screenshots were, as you say, Omar changed her birth year from 1981 to 1982. Despite the documentation, many still have doubts, especially those who pointed out that USCIS doesn't release full records publicly and name verifications may affect searches. But what do you say to those who doubt this story?
I believe that the whole narrative that Ilhan Omar became a citizen at the age of 17, that narrative that's documented has been sold for so long that people have bought into it and they believe it. But where's the documentation? No one has seen her official naturalization records. No one. Not the Minnesota Secretary of State, not the Federal Election Commission, not Congress. And there is enough evidence now, especially in changing her birth year. I mean, who does that? Who goes to that effort of, I'm in Congress now and I've just noticed that my birth year is incorrect? No, that's a red flag.
That is a huge red flag. Who changes their birth year after they get elected to office? But I want you guys to take a look at something that may have gotten glossed over. Look at the document they showed during that clip. This is an immigration search request for Ilhan Omar's father, Nur Omar Mohammed, and it says it's a non-existence of record, which means that there are no immigration records existing for him, and they go back all the way to 1924. That is very bizarre and just raises more questions. Now, all of this would be very easy to put to rest if Ilhan Omar would just at least deny it or address it in any way. But take a listen to what has happened so far.
So right now, there's a lot of controversy surrounding the Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, and honestly, it feels like every day something new is being added to the story. Like seriously, the moment you think everything has already come out, boom, another claim, another discussion, another video. And that's exactly what we are seeing play out right now. A lot of people online are talking, debating, and even arguing over recent claims, including accusation that she may have lied during her immigration process, specifically about her age, according to a video that is currently circulating. Now listen, this is where things get interesting, because in today's world, videos spread fast, opinions spread even faster, but the truth, that takes time to actually verify. So instead of just reacting emotionally or jumping into conclusion, we are going to slow this down. We're going to watch more clips, break them down, and actually dissect what's being said, because there is difference between what's being claimed, what's been proven, and what people want to believe. And that's exactly what we are diving into today. My name is Faith. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next conversation. Credit to all creators whose clips are used in this episode. This video is for educational and commentary purposes. It is not meant to hate or discriminate against anyone. Let's see more clips.
I know you've been, again, publishing all of this for years, claiming that Ilhan Omar is a foreign nationalist sitting in U.S. Congress. I'm curious, though, what kind of backlash have you faced for all of this, and has she disputed your findings at this point?
Well, Ilhan Omar has never disputed anything that I have publicly shared or questioned. Never. She's never addressed it.
So, AJ, with all of this attention recently on Omar's citizenship, do you think that something will finally happen?
Liz, I've done the work. I've done the research. I've put it out there for people to see. So am I hopeful? Yes, I am. I'm hopeful, but I'll believe it when I see it. And hopefully Tom Homan will go get the documents from the government directly and not settle for something that Ilhan Omar or her attorneys dig up. But I am hopeful that something will happen, but we'll see.
For somebody who can't seem to keep their mouth shut like Ilhan Omar, not even disputing this or ever addressing it is a red flag by itself. Let's hope Tom Homan investigates this and that Congress does their job and removes her after the findings come out. Now, I promised you guys that I had some evidence to back up the claim that Ilhan Omar lied about her age. Take a look at this. So this was an article on the BBC website after Ilhan Omar was elected in March of 2019. Now take a look at what it says here. 37-year-old. Now that would mean that she was born in 1981 if her birthday is October 4th, which has never been disputed. And then they even mention in the article that she was born in 1981. Again, that would mean that in the year 2000, she was already 18 because she would have turned 18 in 1999. For all of 2000, she would have been 18 turning 19, thus ineligible to become a U.S. citizen through her father through the process of derivative citizenship. Well, as they say, lies have short legs and eventually they get caught. It looks like Ilhan Omar's lies are finally catching up with her. President Trump has been on to her since 2018 when she was first elected, and she's been nothing but a problem since then. She's been linked to billions of dollars of fraud in the Somali community in Minnesota, and it's about time that Ilhan Omar is held accountable. Now, she's also being investigated for immigration fraud and marriage fraud. All right, guys, well, she's at it again. Woke Somali, America-hating Congresswoman Ilhan Omar thinks we're all just a bunch of idiots. Well, this time her big mouth may have finally done her in. Take a listen.
I mean, I thought I'd seen everything. and I've seen a lot of attacks on you, but now you have a Republican colleague, dare I say, in the House saying to deport an American citizen, an American lawmaker, an elected representative. How do you deal with that?
I mean, these people are just idiots. I really, I'm at the point where it's become really hard to have an intellectual debate with any of these people, because the level of stupidity that they are displaying every single day is frankly embarrassing, not just in Congress, but as Americans. And the fact that these people are allowed to say just the most ridiculous things tells you that the dumbing of the United States has arrived, because how else do we get a Trump presidency again?
So let me get this straight. Ilhan Omar wants to know how we're allowed to say these things. I mean, what is that supposed to mean? Is somebody supposed to stop us? But maybe so, because 80% of Muslims in America want Sharia law, and Ilhan Omar's probably one of them. But then she goes a step further and says it's proof that the dumbing of America has started because people voted for Donald Trump. Now, she's actually going to go on to say that she thinks she should be the leader of the Democrat Party in Congress. Take a listen.
People would argue that a Chuck Schumer isn't bringing the energy that someone like an AOC or yourself has been able to rally up. Is it time that the Democratic Party leadership hands over the torch to some younger, more energetic leaders?
Well, yes. I think it is unfortunate that the seriousness of what we are dealing with, while our Constitution is being threatened, while the democracy that we all love is being threatened, while the values of the country we all love is being threatened, to not use every single leverage that we have to not battle this fascist authoritarian dictator that we are seeing, that is emboldening people to break the laws of this country every single day with the rigor that it needs, it's not just a disservice to the Democratic Party, but a disservice to the country.
Yeah, Ilhan Omar is just what the Democrat Party needs. And then she's got the nerve to throw out authoritarian, fascist, dictator, all the usual things, and say that we're breaking the law and that President Trump deporting people is breaking the law. Well, now she's finally did it, because a member of Congress is actually moving to have her not only expelled from Congress, but deported from the country. And President Trump has been pushing for this the entire time. Take a listen.
Joining me now is Congressman Randy Fine, who is now actively considering a resolution to expel Ilhan Omar from Congress. Congressman, I want you to take a listen to what President Trump said about her at his rally in Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
$9 billion, and they think that's just the beginning. They stole. Think of it. In their country, they live on nothing. They have nothing. They come here and they steal $9 billion. Are we stupid? I mean, how do we allow that to happen? Ilhan Omar should be sent out of our country. She should not be allowed to be a congresswoman. She married her brother either to stay or to get him into the country. And yesterday she, I guess, made up a story. She said the police attacked her son. They stopped the car, and the police said, we never attacked him, we never stopped. It was a made-up story. She's a con person. She's full of con.
Congressman, your thoughts?
Well, I agree with the president 100%. Ilhan Omar is a walking example of everything that is wrong with our legal immigration policy. We imported tens of thousands of people who hate America, add no value to it, rob and steal from us, and we're supposed to be okay with it. I don't think Ilhan Omar should be expelled from Congress. I think she should be expelled from the United States, and that's something that I'm working on. Ilhan Omar is only in Congress because of these fraudulent Somali refugees. Tim Walz is only governor because of these fraudulent Somali refugees. So we need to round them up, send them all home, and stop having the American people ripped off. And I'm determined to make that happen in Congress.
Congressman Fine, thank you so much, sir, for joining us.
Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Congressman Randy Fine, but if he can be the one to get the ball rolling to expel Ilhan Omar from Congress and ultimately get her deported, then I'm all for that. But just take a look at what she's been saying to this point. She's saying we're stupid. She's saying we're breaking the law. And maybe we are stupid because she's been breaking the law. She's tied to all this fraud in Minnesota. She's allegedly marrying her own brother to get him citizenship. She was lying about her age, according to a new report that's out. And I've made videos on all this stuff, so I encourage you guys to watch them. I'll link at the end of this video right here where you can click about the video with her marrying her brother, and then you can go back to the channel and look at the others. But this has been going on for years. This woman hates America. She hates everything we stand for. She's said on video that she's working for Somalia and that she supports Somali people. She even calls their president our president. So, I mean, she's told us everything we need to know about her. What we need to do now is stick to our guns and get her out of this country.
Now that you've seen everything, let's not ignore what's being said here, because right now a lot of people are claiming that Congresswoman Ilhan Omar may have faked her age to obtain citizenship in America. And if that claim turns out to be true, then this isn't just a controversy, this is serious. We're talking about something that could have major legal consequences and raise real questions about credibility and accountability. And let's be honest, this is exactly why people are paying attention, because this isn't small, this isn't random. This is something that, if proven, could change everything. But here is where we need to be clear. These are still allegations because investigations are still ongoing and nothing officially has been confirmed. But that doesn't mean people are wrong to question it. It means we are in a moment where people are watching closely, waiting to see what actually comes out from this. Because in today's world, things don't go viral for a reason. When this many people are talking, when these more clips are circulating, it raises eyebrow. It makes people to ask questions. And honestly, people should be asking questions because accountability matters, truth matters, and whatever the outcome is going to speak loudly. So now we watch, we pay attention, and we wait for facts to fully come out. And I'll also keep you guys updated. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think there is real truth behind these claims? Or do you think this is something being blown out of proportion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you want real unfiltered breakdown like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell because this story is not yet over. See you in my next episode.